What are you watching?
What are you watching? Elodie, le film!
I still remember the day I walked into L'Hôtel du Collectionneur, Paris, with so much excitement and anticipation. I had heard so much about this 5-star hotel, and I was ready to indulge in the luxury and pampering that it promised. But, little did I know, my experience would be a never-ending disappointment. As I entered the hotel, I was greeted with a chaotic lobby. The staff seemed overwhelmed, and there was no sense of organization or direction. I waited for almost 2 hours just to check in, and even then, the staff couldn't find my reservation. I was told that the only options available were downgrades, because all the upgrades were supposedly fully booked. But, what really got my goat was that even the so-called upgrades had no carpets, so they were not an improvement at all. It was like they were trying to rip me off. And then, I was assigned a room that was already occupied by another guest. Can you believe it? When I complained, the staff admitted it was their mistake, but no compensation was offered. It was like they didn't care that I had to suffer because of their incompetence. But, that was just the beginning. I sent some clothes to the laundry service for ironing, and after 3 days, they were still not delivered to my room. When I inquired, I was told to collect them myself. It was like they were trying to make me do their job. And don't even get me started on the service. It was non-existent. I had to call multiple times just to get some water, and even then, it took them 2 hours to deliver it. I mean, can't they see that I'm a paying customer? Don't they care that I'm thirsty and need some water? But, what really broke my heart was the lack of effort to satisfy customers. It was like they were just going through the motions, without any care or concern for our needs. They didn't seem to understand that we were paying for a service, and it was their job to provide it. And then, there was the issue of the room itself. It was substandard, to say the least. There were stains on the carpet, and the bed was creaky. It was like they hadn't even bothered to clean the room properly. And the noise. Oh, the noise was unbearable. I specifically asked for a quiet room, but what I got was a room that felt like it was in the middle of a construction site. I felt like I was living in a nightmare. Every day was a struggle, and every interaction with the staff was a disappointment. They seemed to be more interested in making excuses than in solving the problems. And don't even get me started on the food. I ordered some fries at the Campari patio, and it took them 30 minutes to deliver it. And when it finally arrived, it was cold and soggy. I mean, can't they even get something as simple as fries right? But, what really gets me angry is that they charged me €350 for one phone call. I mean, can you believe it? It's like they were scamming me. And when I complained, they just shrugged it off like it was no big deal. It's like they didn't care that I was a paying customer. They didn't care that I was tired, hungry, and thirsty. They didn't care that I was feeling frustrated and disappointed. All they cared about was making money off of me. And that's not even the worst of it. I heard from other guests that money was stolen from their bags inside the room. Can you believe it? I mean, what kind of hotel steals from its guests? It's a shame, really. L'Hôtel du Collectionneur, Paris, had so much potential. But, it seems like they're more interested in making excuses than in fixing their problems. And that's why I'll never stay there again. What do you guys think? Have you ever had a similar experience at a hotel? Share your stories in the comments below. Oh, and by the way, I'll be posting more about my terrible experience at L'Hôtel du Collectionneur, Paris, so stay tuned. Based on my analysis of businesses near L'Hôtel du Collectionneur, Paris, here's the comprehensive overview, travel analyst report, negative review analysis, businesses near L'Hôtel du Collectionneur, Paris, Chunk 1. This report analyzes negative reviews for 5 businesses located near L'Hôtel du Collectionneur in Paris. The analysis focuses on recurring themes, specific issues highlighted by reviewers, and a generalized overview of the customer experience offered by each establishment, based solely on the provided negative feedback. Overall impression: the businesses in this area, while potentially offering high-end or desirable goods and services, are frequently let down by inconsistent service quality, logistical issues, and occasionally, a perceived lack of respect for customers. The sheer volume of complaints regarding customer service, particularly at Galeries Lafayette, is striking. 1. Galeries Lafayette Haussmann. Business type: large, high-end department store. Key issues: this store generates the most negative feedback, centering around poor customer service, particularly within specific boutiques, Longchamp highlighted. Reviews detail rudeness, impatience, and even discriminatory behavior from sales associates. There are also significant issues with tax refund processing, described as a protracted and frustrating experience, often unresolved even after months of communication. Practical issues related to crowding and store closure timing are also noted, leading to a negative experience for shoppers. Finally, a concerning report of a potential scam at the Lilabo stand raises questions about vendor oversight within the department store. Generalized customer experience. Galeries Lafayette appears to offer a visually impressive shopping experience but is frequently undermined by indifferent, and sometimes hostile, staff, and bureaucratic issues post-purchase. The scale of the store seemingly contributes to disorganization and difficulty finding assistance. Specific examples: a recent graduate felt discriminated against by staff, a customer was left crying after being locked out of a shoe department minutes before closing, and several customers report ongoing issues securing tax refunds. 2. SPA de Cordy Fouquet's Paris, business type, high-end spa. Key issues: the dominant theme is a lack of professionalism and inadequate handling of incidents. One review details the loss of a valuable item and a complete lack of support or investigation. There are also concerns around inconsistent service quality amongst practitioners. While some clients receive excellent massages, others report receiving incomplete or substandard treatments. Minor complaints include additional charges for amenities, parking, and a lack of commercial gestures for service failures. Generalized customer experience: the spa is presented as a luxurious location with a generally positive ambience, but the quality of service appears highly variable and the handling of problems is significantly lacking. Specific examples: a customer lost jewelry before a wedding and received no assistance, and another experienced a massage that deviated significantly from the advertised treatment. 3. Sergeant Garcia, business type, restaurant/bistro. Key issues: poor food quality is the most prominent complaint, with issues like reheated fries, undercooked salmon, and a generally greasy menu. Substandard service also features heavily, including waiters attempting to solicit tips, despite service being included, and generally slow or inattentive service. There are also reports of being rushed through a meal, and overall, a disappointing value for money. Generalized customer experience: Sergeant Garcia seems to offer a potentially pleasant atmosphere, but the experience is consistently let down by low-quality food and unhelpful or aggressive service staff. Specific examples: reports of receiving undercooked food, an unsolicited request for a tip, and being rushed through a meal are common. 4. Lay 110 de Taiwan, business type, fine dining restaurant. Key issues: this restaurant receives the most scathing reviews, centering around overpriced offerings combined with poor execution. Concerns include an outrageously expensive wine list, shockingly poor food quality, including rats being sighted in the dining room, and indifferent service. Reports of tasteless dessert and a lack of any attempted resolution for major issues are also prevalent. Generalized customer experience: the restaurant projects an image of upscale dining, but consistently fails to deliver, offering a dramatically overpriced experience with poor quality food and a complete lack of customer care. Specific examples: customers reported seeing rats running around during their meal, receiving tasteless food, and being presented with a substantial bill despite significant issues. 5. The Broken Arm, business type, boutique retailer, clothing, shoes, lifestyle. Key issues: this business is plagued by problems with online orders and customer service. Complaints focus on incorrect items being sent, difficulty resolving issues with releases, potentially indicating bot activity, and a general unwillingness to assist customers with analysis of negative reviews. Businesses near l'Hôtel du Collectionneur, Le Patio Opéra. This analysis focuses specifically on the negative reviews received by Le Patio Opéra, located near l'Hôtel du Collectionneur in Paris. Based on the 10 negative reviews analyzed, a concerning pattern emerges, painting a picture of a restaurant that struggles with inconsistent food quality, deeply problematic service, and questionable billing practices. What Le Patio Opéra is like based on reviews: Le Patio Opéra appears to be aiming for a relatively upscale dining experience, evident in its pricing. Multiple reviews mention high costs, 50–60 euros per person, 35 euros for a single main course, and ambition in its menu: risotto, fritto misto, pastas with complex flavor combinations. However, the execution consistently falls short of this aspiration. The physical setting, while potentially attractive with a patio area, is prone to issues, particularly vulnerability to the elements as demonstrated by a severe incident with a broken awning. The atmosphere is also described as excessively loud, detracting from the dining experience. Common patterns and issues: several core issues are repeatedly highlighted across the reviews. Poor and inattentive service: this is the most consistently mentioned problem. Reviews describe waiters as dismissive, slow to respond, uncommunicative, and even haughty. Guests report being ignored, having to request basic items like bread and water, enduring long wait times for service and food, and being actively overlooked despite attempts to flag down staff. The restaurant's response to issues, like the awning incident, is described as absent or unhelpful. Food quality concerns: while some reviewers state the food was delicious, these are outliers. More frequently, reviewers criticize the quality of dishes, citing dryness, bread, undercooking, risotto, missing ingredients, kumquats in pasta, and lack of flavor. The inconsistency in quality is apparent. Billing and transparency issues: several reviews highlight deceptive or unclear billing practices. This includes being presented with charges for items not ordered, drinks, dishes, hidden price increases, the plat du jour discrepancy, and pressure to leave positive reviews before receiving the bill, potentially to prevent scrutiny. Lack of accountability/responsiveness: when issues are raised with staff, the response is often dismissive or inadequate. Offers of compensation, like free coffees, feel like insufficient attempts to rectify larger problems. There's a clear perception that the restaurant is not invested in customer satisfaction or resolving complaints. Environmental issues: the outdoor patio area has a significant flaw in its rain protection, leading to a damaging and unpleasant experience for diners when inclement weather occurs. This points to negligence in maintaining the premises. Specific examples from the reviews: food poisoning. Review number 1. A serious claim of food poisoning following a seafood meal, compounded by a dismissive response from the restaurant when the issue was reported. This raises significant concerns about food safety practices. Awning incident. Review number 4. A detailed account of a dining experience ruined by a malfunctioning awning during rain, leaving diners soaked and damaging their belongings. The lack of assistance and subsequent long wait times solidified a negative impression. Dish discrepancy. Review number 7. A guest ordering a specific pasta dish received a different version without being informed of the substitution, and the server offered no solution beyond free coffee. Deceptive billing. Review number 6. A clear accusation of trying to inflate the bill with unconsumed items and a lack of price clarity, coupled with a suggestion of soliciting positive reviews before bill presentation. Forgotten/ignored service. Review number 10. Consistent neglect from the server, requiring multiple requests for basic service, compounded by a lack of price information and a dismissive attitude towards a guest feeling unwell. Generalized conclusion: based on these reviews, Le Patio Opera presents a significant risk to diners. While the restaurant may occasionally deliver acceptable food, the pervasive issues with service, inconsistent quality, potential deceptive billing, and inadequate response to customer concerns create a highly unpredictable and potentially frustrating dining experience. Customers seeking a reliable and pleasant meal in the vicinity of l'Hôtel du Collection would likely be better served exploring alternative options. This analysis covers all the businesses analyzed in the area and provides insights into what travelers can expect when staying near l'Hôtel du Collection, Paris. Oh, you know, I was just looking into what happens near l'Hôtel du Collection, Paris, and wow. Like, why do people have to be like this? So, businesses near l'Hôtel du Collection, Paris, they look fancy, right? But some of them, like the street vendors, they play dirty. There's this one scam: bracelets. You're just walking, maybe near the Champs-Élysées, and suddenly, boom, someone ties a bracelet on your wrist. And they do it so fast, like magic, but bad magic. Then they start yelling for money. And the bracelet? It's tied so tight, you can't even take it off. Like, what do you even do? I bet the tourists just pay, you know? Because they're scared, or embarrassed, or just want to leave. And the scammers? They probably just move to the next person, laughing. Ugh. And then, oh my god, the fake petitions. Businesses near l'Hôtel du Collection, Paris, they have these people standing around with clipboards, acting all nice. Sign for charity, they say. But then, surprise. They grab your hand and force you to write, and then demand money. Like, who does that? I think the tourists just freeze, you know? Like, they don't know what to do, so they give in. And the scammers? They probably just keep doing it, because no one stops them. And don't even get me started on the gold ring trick. Someone finds a gold ring near you, picks it up, and acts like it's yours. Oh, you dropped this. But then, oh no, they want a reward. And the ring? Fake. Of course. I bet the tourists feel so stupid after. Like, how could they fall for that? But it happens. And the scammers? They're probably still out there, laughing at everyone. It's just sad, you know? Like, why can't people just be nice?